no time for that, Gary. It's our bare-rooted festival. Okay, Gary, show them what we got. 3-foot standard ficus, the ball on a stick tree, $29.99. 3-foot standard icebergs and coloured standards, only $25.99. Big bare-rooted English box, $9.99. And 4-foot bare-rooted ornamental pears, $19.99. Great work, Gary. And let's celebrate the Bare Root Festival. Join me today at 12 p.m. on your favourite platform with Gary the Gorilla as we launch 100 new specials at our Bare-Rooted Festival sale. Here we have a great combo, a beautiful dark green tight low oriental pearl hedge, and this is going to be covered in white blossom in a couple of weeks. And here behind it we've got a ficus hedge neatly trimmed, and your ficus is luscious, it's green, it's very dense and beautiful. But I love the contrast. Look at the contrasting different foliage. It's sort of a light green ripply foliage coming down to this dense dark green foliage, and when you trim it up you get a lovely finish on it. A great combo for that layered look, the light green and the dark green, the low and the tall, beautiful. Don't wait, the garden's calling. Click now, tap the link and let's go. Hi, this is Lynn and Harry, and they've got a 5-acre property in Seymour, and they came down to Campbellfield to get bare rooted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and what you've got now, you've got sunburst honey locusts, and they're about 8 foot tall, and you paid $19.90 each for them. What do you reckon about a deal like that?
I reckon I stole them.
Yeah, it's a bit like shoplifting, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You've got yourself standard roses, and they've cost you $14.99. Good bargain?
Yes, definitely.
How long have you been getting bare rooted down at Hello Hello for?
Oh, 10 years.
Yeah,
Yep,
right.
ever since we've been planting the garden out on the property, we've helloed often. If you've got to create a garden, you couldn't do better than come here.
Thank you very much for that. Thanks for coming down. Thanks a lot.
Terrific.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Don't wait, the garden's calling. Click now, tap the link and let's go. Do you want a plant that gives you a gorgeous year-round colour that's hardy and easy to grow? Well, here it is, Coprosma Pacific Sunrise. Now, this is a beautiful, colourful plant, and do you know the colder it gets in the winter, the more intense the colour. But you get year-round colour. Now, you can grow this as a hedge, grow it as a pot plant, grow it as a specimen, trim it into a ball, or just have it lovely and natural like this. It's a really hardy, easy to grow plant. Grow it almost anywhere. Coprosma Pacific Sunrise. Don't wait, the garden's calling. Click now, tap the link and let's go. Now's the time to stock up on standard roses. We've got 3-foot standard roses, all different colours, thousands of them in stock, all $29.99. So whether you need 4 of one colour or half a dozen different ones, all $29.99. And then you've got standard icebergs at $16.99. So look at this beautiful standard iceberg, $16.99. And 3-foot standard icebergs, just $29.99. So now's the time to stock up on standard roses, because there's thousands to choose from, all bare rooted, easy to transport, easy to plant, and very cheap at $29.99. The classic Melbourne garden is standard roses and English box, and we've got thousands of beautiful English box 6-inch pot for $4.99. To keep us busy in the cold weather, spend over $300 and get a $100 weeping cherry for free. Wow.
I just want to say it is phenomenal. It's amazing.
Awesome surprise.
And that's what we do. When people spend over $300, everybody gets a free weeping cherry. It's a $100 weeping cherry. What do you reckon?
It is the most unexpected surprise.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, I like it.
It's been absolutely fantastic.
Thanks, Hello Plants.
That is amazing.
Thanks, Chris. Thank
Beautiful.
you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yay! The free weeping cherries are on me. Finally, inner peace. It's time to get bare-rooted plants, that is. Now what it is in the winter time the growers dig the plants from the fields and they dig them just bare-rooted, and I'll show you what I mean. Like here's an ornamental pear here, have a look at this, and see it's come out and it's bare-rooted, the roots like that. These are $69.99 and look, they're 2.5 meters tall. So what it is, basically your bare-rooted plants are big and cheap. Then you've got all different types of fruit trees, all going quite reasonably priced, good sized plants and cheap prices, but you can get bare-rooted weeping trees, bare-rooted roses, bare-rooted fruit trees and bare-rooted English box. So it's time to get down to your nursery in the winter and get bare-rooted. Don't wait, the garden's calling. Click now, tap the link and let's go. Gary! Gary! No time for that, Gary. It's our bare-rooted festival. Okay, Gary, show them what we got. 3-foot standard ficus, the ball on a stick tree, $29.99. 3-foot standard icebergs and coloured standards, only $25.99. Big bare-rooted English box, $9.99. And 4-foot bare-rooted ornamental pears, $19.99. Great work, Gary. And let's celebrate the Bare Root Festival. Join me today at 12 p.m. on your favourite platform with Gary. Hello. Welcome to our Chris and Gorilla Bare-Rooted Festival. And what it is, we're getting towards the end of the bare-rooted season and it's the best time now to buy your bare roots. And what happens is that there's maple trees and things like that you might pay $20 for a 6-footer right now, but later on in a pot it'll cost $120. So you can save a fortune doing your garden with bare-rooted. But we're not doing, not everybody wants bare-rooted, so about half of the specials today are bare-rooted and about half of the specials are just wonderful everyday flowers, bushes, standards, all things that you can use in the garden. And what it is, we've gone out to the growers, we've got the best deals from the growers and we're passing them on to you guys. These are much better deals than what you're going to get at your local store, your big department store. These are direct from the grower specials. And you've got bare-rooted specials and you've got ordinary specials, and you can buy all the stuff is available today. Now, could you tell people how you could buy this gear, please, Jody? We've got Jody here.
Absolutely.
And we've got Gary the Gorilla. Here's Gary the Gorilla, and we've got Jody.
Hello, howdy plant lovers. Welcome to Hello Plants Growers Direct Flash Sale, Chris and Gorilla Bare Rooted Festival. I am Jody, I'm one of your co-hosts today, and I'll be here answering your questions live in the chat, guiding you through how to order, what you can expect from our website and how our logistics work. Now, if you want to grab any of the bargains that we've got on the deal today, there is a QR code that's up on the screen behind Chris and Gorilla. You can scan that QR code and that will take you directly to our Growers Direct Flash Sale page that has all of the bargains that we've got on the show today. And if you want to pick them up, you can just add them to cart, and or if you are listening in and you're not able to get onto the website, you can give us a call on 039359 333 and talk to our sales staff. They're ready to take your orders.
Yeah, and not only that, you could jump in the car and you could head right down here. We're open and there's people everywhere. It's a great time to grab. It's a beautiful day for grabbing. You can come down here and get yourself a Father's Day present. Now, what you're embarking on right now is a horticultural expedition. We've gone deep into the fields of the growers here in Victoria, and we've got the best deals around, and you're going to see them. Here's the first one here. This is the Hairpin Banksia, and this Banksia has a beautiful bottle brush type flower. So let's have a look. Hairpin Banksia. Now, what you'll find, this is if you've got just a small garden and you want something spectacular in the garden, this Hairpin Banksia is fantastic. It has these beautiful flowers, doesn't grow too big, a nice small little plant, lovely compact native plant, beautiful feature in a small garden. And now these are normally very hard to get. Instead of paying $39.99, they're only $32.99. So $32.99 for a rare, beautiful Hairpin Banksia. $32.99, rare, beautiful Hairpin Banksia. Now here's a beautiful Banksia. This one here is called Little Eric. Now you can see these are starting to flower already, and it's a lovely little orange flower. And this is kind of a medium sort of bush, grows a metre and a bit tall. Beautiful orange flowers, flowers for multiple times all through the year. And these little erics are real cheap. Instead of paying $19.99, you're only paying $11.99 for a little eric. Now what's been real popular lately is our bare-rooted English box. Now I did a video, it's up on YouTube, I had a customer bought 40 or 50 of these and put them in at the rate of 6 per metre. Now let's have a look at these, one of these bare-rooted boxes. He put them in at the rate of 6 per metre. Can we get one of these out so we can show the customers? And what's interesting is right now our 8-inch English box are on special for $16.99. Now compare this, let's compare this with the 8-inch box. So let's have a look. Your 8-inch box is smaller. So these are $9.99 and they're smaller, they're bigger, they're bigger than the 8-inch English box. So nearly half the price of an 8-inch English box and bigger than an English box. So, and if you plant these at the rate of 6 per metre, instead of waiting 2 or 3 years for an English box hedge, you'll have an English box hedge in 20 minutes. Straight away, instant English box hedges, $9.99. We've got quite a few available, so lots of people can put in an instant English box hedge. Now what was a big hit last week was Gary the Gorilla. Gary the Gorilla was dancing to his favourite song. Back in Kenya, their favourite song out there with the gorillas is Baby Snakes, isn't it? They love baby snakes.
Love baby snakes.
Now the thing is, he needs some roses, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
He needs 50 roses and he will do baby snakes as only a gorilla can perform baby snakes. So Baby Snakes, fabulous song by Frank Zappa, very popular in Kenya, been popular for years in Kenya. Now what we've got here...
The gorillas love it, I hear.
Yeah, gorillas go mad with baby snakes. The Elijah Blue. The Elijah Blue, great plant for mass planting, great for a border. Beautiful big bushy Elijah Blues. Quite normally $13.99 around the traps. These are $7.99. So $7.99 you can afford to plant a whole bundle of them. You can mass plant, do a beautiful border. Elijah Blue, Blue Fescue. There it is. There's your Elijah Blue, Blue Fescue.
Hey Chris, we've got plenty of viewers streaming in into our various channels. We've got Footprint Gardens who said, "Oh my God!" I don't know if they're saying "Oh my God" at Gary the Gorilla or yourself and your lovely moustache, but. Yuri123 says, "What are you on?" Well, Yuri, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, and we are riding the wave of this, what is it, bare root bonanza?
Yes, that's right. So it's the bare root bonanza and there's lots of bare root specials. Now right now we've got a beautiful grevillea called Raspberry Ripple. Now Raspberry Ripple is a tasty little low-growing grevillea with the most beautiful raspberry coloured flowers. Look at that there, isn't that fantastic? Look at those flowers, beautiful. And you'd expect to pay big bucks for these, $17.99, but these are only $15.99. So $15.99, Raspberry Ripple in stock right now. Pop down to Savo, get a couple for Father's Day if your dad loves some natives. Now,
Chris, we've got Footprint Gardens is on TikTok, says, "You've gone too far today."
There we are.
And also Marilyn saying, "I love this." Smooth Bandito is saying, "Gaza, we love you." And Anna has just said that she would buy that Raspberry Ripple, but she says she's too far away.
Really?
Let us know where you are, Anna.
Now, well,
we
look, I think she's bringing up an important point. If you were to spend over $300, we would chuck in a free weeping cherry and free delivery over most of Victoria, out to Terrelgan, down to Currumborough, up to Shepparton, up to Bendigo, out to Ballarat and down to Geelong. All of those places, spend over $300 and get a free delivery. So very few people in Victoria are too far away to get hold of these specials. But let's have a look at one of these weeping cherries. One of these weeping cherries that we're giving away. And these weeping cherries are valued at $100. They're bare rooted, and we've only got another couple of weeks to give them away. Here they are here. So bare rooted weeping cherries. Look at that there. That's what you get So you spend over $300 and you get a free weeping cherry and free delivery over most of Victoria, and very few Victorians are too far away to get hold of these fabulous deals. Now we've got a beautiful, this is a beautiful grevillea. It's called Ruby Jewel, and it's like a little jewel. So look at these flowers, they're absolutely beautiful, lovely foliage, lovely compact little grevillea. Ruby Jewel, normally $17.99, now $15.99.
So Chris, Anna has well and truly called our bluff. She said she's in Nairobi, Kenya.
All right, a little bit far for our vans.
But the plants are suitable. Southern African plants and Australian plants go hand in hand.
Yeah. So, Isopogon Little Drumsticks is the next one. Let's have a look at that. So Isopogon Little Drumsticks. Isopogon Little Drumsticks, beautiful, very unusual. Look at this, it's a beautiful little bush, has these fabulous flowers, lovely compact. What it is, I've really focused on getting in some natives that are nice and compact, because there's lots of natives around and people love natives, but some natives are too big and bushy. So pretty much all the natives I've got on so far have all been nice compact natives that anybody could slip into a small native garden and really enjoy them. And this Isopogon, a native with a real difference, beautiful flowers and very, very compact. And this is an 8-inch pot, ready to start flowering this spring, $26.99, so $26.99. Now we've got Kunzia Mandy Surprise. Now this is a beautiful, again a compact native, most people can put it in, and Gary the gorilla is going to show you what the label looks like. It's a beautiful, beautiful plant, lovely bright flower, and these are normally $30, but we put them down to $24.99. Beautiful exotic rare native, perfect, absolutely fabulous to put in a small garden bed and get a bit of colour in your native garden. Now these are great, these are Philotheca Winter Rouge. Now Winter Rouge, what I love about them is they're fragrant. They're fragrant, they flower for months and months and months and months and months, and it's a medium-sized bush. It's not a big bush, it's not a small bush, it's a beautiful medium-sized bush that flowers and flowers, doesn't mind a bit of a trim. And these are in 8-inch pots, reduced from $29.99 to $21.99. So $21.99 for Philotheca Winter Rouge. Now we're getting, Gary, we're going to get bare rooted now. So here we are. This is a Gala apple, semi-dwarf, normally $59.99, now $25.99 for a Gala apple. Gala apple, unique, very sweet apple, lovely apple to have, and only semi-dwarf, so it's not going to get too big, $25.99. Now we've got the Golden Delicious. Let's go Golden Delicious. So Golden Delicious apple, again a semi-dwarf, bare rooted, and only $25.99. So $25.99. Now we've got the Granny Smith. Now Granny Smith, if you're into some cooking some apples, my mum always used Granny Smith when she was making apple pies, and I mean apple pies are wonderful. This is a semi-dwarf, and because Granny Smith can really grow, this is only $25.99. And here we've got a Jonathan. Now, Jonathan is one of the best pollinators, pollinates lots of different varieties of apples, so a really great pollinator. And that's the thing with apples, you just got to check when you buy your apple, make sure you get a pollinator for it. And these ones here, Jonathan, great pollinator, and a great apple in itself. So it's a good pollinator, like say a Granny Smith and a Jonathan, great combo, a red and a green in the garden, and only $25.99. So Pink Lady, I think that this is the #1 selling apple of all apples in the nursery. People love Pink Ladies, I love Pink Ladies, and they're $25.99. So $25.99, semi-dwarf Pink Lady, never going to get too big, $25.99. Now here we've got a Red Delicious, and this Red Delicious is only $25.99. So $25.99 for a Red Delicious apple. So $25.99. Now we're going to go for the Red Fuji. So the Red Fuji also $25.99, and you just might have to imagine that's a plum there. What? So Red Fuji only $25.99, and you get a good sized grafted apple. Yeah, so red Fuji, you'll get a nice, with the red Fuji, so we've got customers here buying this stuff while we're selling it, and we've got the red Fuji has disappeared, but it's about this big.
Someone's picked it up to take it to the desk.
Yeah, $25.99, so it's sold out this morning, so our sample red Fuji, but nice big plant for $25.99. We've still got a couple more. Now we go for the Elberta peach. So Elberta peach, now Elberta peach I think is a nice golden peach, and it's only $25.99, and you'll be having beautiful, you can get beautiful peaches. And what's great, peaches grow quite big in a couple of years and produce lots of peaches, so you'll be seriously great fruit tree to have to get lots of them. Now we've got the Golden Queen peach. Now Golden Queen, if you're into doing a bit of stewing or preserving, Golden Queen, lovely firm fleshed and flavoursome peach, great for cooking, but also beautiful to eat fresh off the tree. Very, not perhaps as sweet, but very tasty. So Golden Queen peach, $25.99. Now Mariposa plum, beautiful blood plum with a sort of a beautiful bright pinky sort of interior, lovely sweet plum, very fast growing, very productive. Mariposa plum, $25.99. So Mariposa plum. So you can come down here and you could buy a couple of fruit trees for Dad for Father's Day. Sort of thing Dad could really go for. Now here's a Moorpark Apricot bare rooted, $25.99. Now Moorpark is believed to be 400 or 500 years old. It's been in cultivation by man for a long time. Small fruit, and probably the sweetest and tastiest of any apricot. Most apricot breeding has been done to improve the production or increase the size, but Moorpark, not a big, and who needs a really big apricot? I think a flavoursome, sweet apricot is all that most people want, and so Moorpark, beautiful old apricot, and $25.99. Now here we've got a Red Haven peach. I think that's another golden flesh peach. A beautiful, tasty peach. $25.99. Fast growing, very productive. Now we're going Santa Rosa plum. So your Santa Rosa plum, another blood plum, good pollinator for a Satsuma. Say Santa Rosa, nice purple on the outside, reddy pink on the inside, sweet and tasty, fast growing, big, grows quite big in no time, plenty of fruit. Now here we've got Satsuma. Now Satsuma, if you want a plum that really produces on its own, which is what most people want in their backyard, Satsuma number one, purple on the inside, purple on the outside, beautifully coloured, beautiful flavour. It's my favourite plum. I used to have one of these next to my house when I was a kid. And so beautiful, sweet, tasty, delectable plum, and purple on the inside, purple on the outside, and $25.99. And self-pollinating. Now look at this nectarine. Now the nectarine has, this is a dwarf nectarine. You grow this in a half wine barrel, grow it on your patio, grow it in a nice big tub, and beautiful pink blossom followed by fabulous fruit, and on a very small, it's called a super dwarf, on a very small plant, and only $25.99. A great little novelty to have in the garden. Now this is a Prunus Trevatt BR, and this is a dwarf prunus, and let's have a look at that label. What does it say? Trevatt. Now I think that what we have here is a dwarf apricot, and it's $25.99. So $25.99 for a dwarf Trevatt apricot. Now this is a dwarf peach. This is going to have beautiful pink blossom. Probably the blossom will be out by next Friday or Saturday. It'll be covered in blossom. Fill up a half wine barrel or a big tub. $25.99 and get beautiful peaches on a little mini tree. Now anybody can fit a nice peach tree into their garden with a Valley Red Peach Super Dwarf.
So and Chris, just to stress, it's not just a dwarf, it's a super dwarf.
That's right. It only grows 1 metre and a bit tall. Now the thing is, if you're watching this and you want to get some of these, you can go here and then go to a page and there's over 100 specials there. Lots of bare rooted specials, and you can buy them now. You can buy them online. You can ring up and buy them. You can jump in the car and come down and grab them off the floor. Now we've got a William Bon Cretin pear. This is a beautiful old European style pear, great for cooking, great for eating. William Bon Cretin pear, $25.99. It's about 6 foot tall, really good start for a pear.
I think it's Bon Chrétien.
Bon Chrétien. I can't speak very good French. Sorry, Bon Chrétien. Okay, now what we've got here is your Jeffers Red Maple. Jeffers, now these red maples are often, Jeffers Red is the hardiest of all the red maples. It's sun hardy, wind hardy, poor soil hardy. Grow it out in Bendigo, grow it out up in Shepparton, grow it in Seymour. Hot country, difficult country. This will grow like crazy and give you unbelievable red autumn colour in the autumn. That's it autumn colouring there. Beautiful big maple leaf, lovely soft green foliage that'll cool the house in summer. Put it up the driveway of your farm, put one out in front of your house, get some nice cool shade and some beautiful autumn colour and some winter sun. Jeffers Red Maple, $21.99. Now what I want to tell people about is if you were to spend over, now you could be out in the country, you think, oh geez, it's a bit far to drive down there, but geez, I'd love some of that stuff. Do you know you can get online or get on the phone, you can order it. If you spend over $300 over most of Victoria, all the way out to Traralgon, up to Shepparton, all over the place, we do free delivery when you spend over $300. But not that, if you spend over $300, you get a weeping cherry. Now this is hard to believe. This is hard to believe. Could we have a look at one of those weeping cherries, please? Let's have a look at a weeping cherry.
And these are not some scungy weeping cherries. These are beautiful, big, tall, 1.8 metres.
Yeah, they're amazing.
How old do you reckon they are already?
I'd say 4 years old.
4 years, yeah.
So
That's what I told some customers this morning.
$100. This one here is a white flowering one. There's also pink ones. So weeping cherry, $100. So this is unbelievable. So you're out in Traralgon, say, or you're up in Bendigo, and you see a couple of things you like, a couple of fruit trees, a couple of nice little flowers, a couple of nice interesting this and that, you know, some bit of hedging or something like that, and you put together and you buy $300 worth of amazing bargains that you couldn't normally get out there in Shepparton, and then we'll chuck in a free delivery and we'll chuck in a free weeping cherry worth over $100. Okay, so here we've got a beautiful maple. This is a Kelly's Golden Maple. Now this will come up on the screen in a minute. Beautiful. This is a compact size maple with beautiful golden foliage in spring, summer, and autumn, and it's $19.99. I'm 6'2". It's over 6 foot tall, and it's only $19.99.
Gary's got some fans, I see.
Yeah. So here we are. This is your autumn red or October glory maple, and reduced from $69.99 to $21.99. It's bare rooted. Now this is a beautiful autumn colour maple. Loves a bit of good soil, loves a bit of cool mountain country, or grow it in a nice, grow it in a good position. And this one here is only $21.99 for a October glory or autumn red maple. Now here we've got a Senkaki maple. Senkaki maple is the maple that delivers colour every day of the year. 365 days a year. You've got beautiful scarlet stems in the winter. You've got kind of scarlet with soft green foliage in spring. You've got pinks and golds and oranges start to form just after Christmas. And then you have a crescendo of beautiful colour in the autumn, and then it's back to scarlet stems again in the winter. So for year-round colour, Senkaki maple, and these are the sort of thing you can easily spend $100, $150, $200 at your local store. These in bare root are available about 5 foot tall for $69.99. Now, we bought in a heap of these this week, and these are the 12-inch pot, and they are only $29.99. So Senkaki maple $129.99 Now this is a nice potted one, a nice big one. It'd be, oh gee, it'd be nearly 8 foot tall, nice and bushy, and only $121.99. So get an advanced grafted maple. These could cost $300-400 at your local store, but $129.99.
Now, Chris, so Mercedes-Benz has popped in on TikTok and has missed the earlier bare-rooted fruit trees and asks any apricot trees available. And yes, there are. There are 2 different ones. There's the Moorpark and the Trevatt. Now, Chris,
Yes, and $25.99.
$25.99, which is a great price. Now, Chris, which is your favourite out of the Moorpark and the Trevatt, or could you decide between the two?
Oh, they're both good. They're both good. And if all I wanted was a big crop of big fruit, I'd buy the Trevatt. But if I wanted flavour
Yeah.
and sweetness, I'd buy the Moorpark. So flavour and sweetness would win with me.
Yeah, got it. And also, we've been asked where are we located. So we are located at 1477 Sydney Road in Campbellfield. Now, if you know Melbourne well, if you make your way to the Melbourne airport quasi-frequently or once in a blue moon, we are about 10 minutes from the Melbourne airport. We're just off the Ring Road on the Hume Highway. I think that's pretty well. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
pretty central.
Yeah, very close to the airport. A lot of customers actually drop off a friend or a relative at the airport, then can pop in here on their way back from the airport. It's a sort of a popular thing. I was just going to the airport and I thought I'd drop in. So we're only about, when the traffic's good, we're only 10 minutes from the main Tullamarine airport. So here we've got Alphonse Anderson Standard, and they're only $109.99. So look at this beautiful, this would be 4 years old, $109.99, and it's going to be covered in pink flowers pretty soon. If you bought this now, you'd have those flowers in your garden this spring. Beautiful standard azalea. Now if you wanted a standard, they'd be good to grow. These Alphonse Carr will be good to grow in a pot or good to grow in a bit of a shady garden bed. Very, very good. And now we're going to go to the Magnifica Alba. So here we've got your Magnifica Alba. Now your Magnifica Alba is the most popular azalea. Hardy, it's sun hardy, grow it anywhere. And these ones have magnificent white flowers. Very, very popular, but there it is there in flower. But these are standard, so you've got a stick with a bushy top on the top, and these are only $109.99. So $109.99 for an Alba Magna azalea. And Alba Magna is probably the most hardy of the azaleas, and for people doing that classic green and white garden, or maybe they're doing sort of a kind of a formal style garden, these are awesome. Or even go good in a Hampton style garden. Pop them in a pot, pop them in a small garden bed. Nice big Alba Magnifica, and only $109.99.
So Chris, now I think that our friend STLRNT, how do I say this? Anyway, on TikTok has asked if I guess how tall it is exactly, do I get it for free? Now, might be referring to the weeping cherry. I'm not too sure. You might have to clarify that for us. But he did say, tell Chris to get his tape measure out. I'm going to guess. So I've got the tape measure out there for you. Grill's got the tape measure.
So we could guess how tall this weeping birch is here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. And there it is there. It's kind of somewhere between short and tall. Yeah. And it's a weeping silver birch, and it's only $50. It's only $50, and to anybody who can guess the exact height of this, it's for free.
Well, wonderful, excellent.
So anybody, go for it now. Give us an exact height. Gary the gorilla will measure it from the ground to the tip, and whoever's got the closest to it will win this beautiful weeping birch. But not only that, we've got a couple more of these weeping birches. Now weeping birches, it's hard to get one under $150, $200 at your local nursery. Here's one for $50. It's bare rooted, beautiful field grown birch. You get a lovely white trunk, and if you've got a small, small garden bed, and you've always wanted a birch but never thought you could fit a birch in, you can go get yourself one of these weeping birches for $50 and fit it into almost any sort of garden.
Chris, Mercedes-Benz. Oh, Mercedes-Benz has said 1.8 metres. So
I don't know.
that's an interesting guess. Silk 420, 178 centimetres.
I think we better measure it.
Yep.
No, actually, no,
we might measure it a little bit later on, hey?
Yeah, okay.
Gives people a chance to have a guess. So Umaz has said 1.62 metres. Now, Mercedes-Benz very importantly it says, if I buy an apricot tree today, can it be planted straight away?
Yes. That would actually be a good idea to plant it straight away. Now, the industry's been terribly short of these. This is a forest pansy in a 16-inch pot, and it's only $239.99. Normally they're $269. Lately they've been impossible to get. Normally they're $299, but they've been impossible to get. This is a nice, bushy, quite old, nicely established forest pansy. Now, forest pansy have amazing pink blossom in spring, and as the pink blossom starts to fade, these black leaves appear in amongst it. And black and pink just looks awesome together, and then they sort of fade to dark purple, and you've got dark purple foliage, big sort of floaty, heart-shaped leaves, dark purple all through the summer. And then in autumn you get a kaleidoscope of every colour you could possibly imagine, and then it goes bare for the winter, and then you have to await those fabulous eruption of pink blossom in the springtime. Now these are very hard to get. 230. This one here is 1.8 meters tall, and it's $239.99. These are a rare, very, very special tree. You don't put them like on a windy hilltop. They like a little bit of a sheltered position, so give them a sheltered position, some nice deep soil, and it's a beautiful small tree that delivers lots and lots of colour, and they're a rare, hard to get tree. So forest pansy, $239.99.
The guesses are rolling in. We've got Ash has said 135 centimetres, Kiddo 1.89, G 1.68. Oh, Silk's 420s dropped their guess down to 1.57.
Could be getting close. Okay, so here we are. Ficus Flash, 8-inch pot, $29.99. Now these are the sort of thing people put up the driveway, put them up the garden path. Fabulous thing. They're hardy, they're green, they're lush, they look good every day of the year, and they're only $29.99. There's only a limited number available at $29.99, but $29.99 for a 3-foot Ficus Flash standard. That's a great price, and these are beautiful, got beautiful bushy heads. They're about to explode into lovely round big green balls as the weather warms up. Now we've got something. Now, to the average viewer, this might look like a dead stick, and it's not. Here it is here. This is going to have this fabulous golden foliage. This is a sunburst Gleditsia, and the sunburst is just the most beautiful, soft golden, and it's fluffy kind of foliage. Really, they were super popular in the 70s, and they're kind of coming back again. And one, like, it's a funny thing, that's about 6 or 7 foot tall, and in summer, in a 16-inch pot, people charge about $250 for it, but right now, we're selling them for $19.99. So you can save, against buying it in the summer, where it will be $250, you can actually save over $200 on that one.
Well, that's fantastic, Chris, because it's actually a really good size to get a start in the garden.
Yeah, it's 6 or 7 foot tall, and it's $20. So if your garden's a bit bare and you've been hanging back a bit, you've got to take advantage of our bare-rooted festival. I mean, it is a festival. You could save up to $200 on your feature tree right now. You buy yourself a sunburst Gleditsia 7 foot tall for $20. For $20. And not only that, it's not that hard to get. You could be living out in Yark or somewhere like that, and you could spend over $300 and you get a free delivery, and not only that, we'll chuck in one of these $100 weeping cherries for free.
I mean, it's excellent value. I mean, that's a mature tree.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And it's great that people in Yark don't miss out on this.
That's right. And now you scan this code here like this, and you will go to a page with over 100 incredible specials on it, so you can put together and spend $300 and you put a whole garden together.
Fantastic.
I've got bay tree next. Yeah. Now, what we've got is we've got some 10-inch pot standard bay trees. Now, these are good. You can grow them, like often when I'm doing garden designs, if people have got a nice, putting in a nice little herb garden, I'll whack one of these standard bays in the middle. And the bays, of course, you can pick them and eat them, use them as a herb, put them in your cooking. And so you could use this as a centerpiece in a herb garden, and make a beautiful round herb garden and have it as a centerpiece, and this head will grow to a beautiful big round shape. Or say you wanted to have a pleached hedge and you didn't know how to go about it, you plant these in a row, plant about 1.2 metres apart, and let the top of it grow into a beautiful bay tree hedge on a stick. So hedges on a stick is what a pleached hedge is. So you could do a beautiful formal style hedge. Bay trees grow in the shade, so you could grow this in the shade, you could grow it in a pot, grow it on the patio, grow it up on, if you live up on the balcony, you've got a balcony on a high building. Bay trees are nice and hardy, sunshade, doesn't matter. So as a pot plant, there's many uses for this. Normally they're quite expensive. This one here has been reduced to $119.99. So $119.99 for a for a potted standard bay tree.
So Chris, Silk 420, super competitive, we love it. Wants to know when you're going to measure it. No one else is guessing.
I think we should measure it now.
Go for it.
And let's see
Come on,
who...
Gorilla.
What?
Oh, it's been sold.
Yeah, let's grab another weeping merchant. Oh no, go around there and measure it before it goes.
You wouldn't read about it. Silk 420, what do you reckon?
So here we are, a Japanese flowering crabapple, and it's been reduced to $25.99. Now the Japanese flowering crabapple is a beautiful crabapple, beautiful pink and white blossom in a mix, fast, beautiful spreading tree, very hardy. Grow it in the toughest spot you can get, and have a big beautiful blossom tree.
Oh look at Tez, he's lassoed it. Tez has lassoed the thing so we can measure it.
Yeah, so here it is. It's actually
Just in the
been
nick of
sold,
time.
but we'll get another one if you can. Now let's measure this from the ground to the tip. Now that's actually from the ground. There we are. I've got it at the tip there.
Oh, we might turn the thing around.
Now we better turn it round, I think, so we really get it accurate. Let's put this on the bottom and do that on the top, because it won't quite be accurate.
The thing is, Chris, Gorilla, you know, we're not on the same level. He hasn't used a tape measure before.
Yeah, that's right. So 1.5, and I'd say, let's put that up there, 1.515, isn't it?
Well, look.
1.515.
Silk 420 said 1.57. I guess nobody's gotten closer than that.
So there they are. Was that the person who put the challenge up initially?
It is, yes.
Wow.
Oh, hang on, wait. Who put the challenge up? Hang on. No. It wasn't the person who put the challenge up, but it was somebody who's been quite active in the chat today.
Okay, so what information they need to send us so they can come
yes.
and get this?
So if you could just reach out to us, Silk 420.
So let's get rid of this birch here, and we'll
if you could
give back to the customer.
Perhaps send us a direct message on TikTok, and just give us your name, telephone number, email, and your address. We'll get that out to you.
Now here we've got an Euonymus flowering crabapple. They have beautiful sort of silver grey foliage. They have the best blossom of any crabapple. It's a big blossom. They have very distinct pink buds, pink new flowers, white old flowers. So there's almost like 3 different colours mixed together when they're fully in blossom. And they're a compact tree. I've got these growing in my street. I walk the dog past them, and they're only about 1.6 metres tall, and they're years and years old. They've had a little bit of a trim, but basically you can keep these really very compact. Lots of people who think that they couldn't fit a crabapple in their garden could fit a Melis Euonymus in, and they're $25.99. Now we've had the Japanese flowering crabapple. Now we've got the Chinese flowering crabapple. This is a lovely big one, soft pink, beautiful masses of blossom. Chinese flowering crabapple, and only $25.99. Look at that! Oh, look at that! What an amazing tree. So your Chinese flowering crabapple, $25.99. Yeah.
Oh, Chris, JD Farrell has said, we're on our way. See you in a bit in person.
Great.
That's what we love to hear.
Come and see us.
Come down and see Gary.
Yeah, come down and see Gary and myself, and that's what we love to hear. So here we've got the Taiwanese cherry. Now, the Taiwanese cherry, a beautiful, rich pink, sort of, and an interesting sort of cascading bell-shaped flower. Lovely, strong-growing tree, and only $25.99 for a bare-rooted Taiwanese. Now, a person could spend a couple of $100 and actually have a collection of crab apples here. And I mean, if you went to your local nursery and try to get a collection of all different sorts of crab apple, it might cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But $200 and you'd have an incredible collection of crab apples. Now, here we've got Prunus albans. Now, Prunus albans is arguably one of your best spring blossoms. Prunus albans, lovely sort of clouds of amazing soft pink, softest soft pink, and beautiful clouds of flowers. And if you're after a small blossom tree that blossoms early in the season, you can't go past the Prunus albans. And we're actually getting some nice second year. We had some second-year Prunus albans that were coming into bloom. They came in pots this week. We should try and get one. But anyway, so Prunus albans, $25.99. And here we've got the Kansan cherry. Now, if you want a beautiful pink, Kansan's a nice deep pink. It also has, the new growth is purple, so you've got this pink flower with purple new growth coming on it, and it grows in a lovely vase shape, probably one of the nicest upright non-weeping cherries around. Kansan cherry, beautiful cherry, lovely rich flower, rich foliage. Now we've got the Prunus nigra. Now, as I've been driving around Melbourne this week, I've noticed, particularly in your country towns, you see your Prunus nigra covered in beautiful pink blossom and little purple leaves just starting to emerge. The leaves come really quickly. So what's great about your Prunus nigra is this lovely soft pink blossom early in the season, be right now if you had it in your garden now, and then followed by rich purple. This is the richest, purplest of all your plums, flowering plums. This has the richest, purplest thing. Grow this as a hedge, grow it as a screen, grow it as a shade tree at the front, grow it in crook soil, grow it in windy conditions. It is tough, and it's compact. It only grows about, I'd say a big healthy one of these is going to be no more than 4 meters tall. So it only grows about 4 meters tall, about 3 meters wide, so a very, very compact tree, amazing purple foliage. If you're out in the country and you want to put in an avenue and put some colour on the farm, you cannot go wrong with Prunus nigra. Prunus nigra is the way to get a bit of colour into your farm. Now here we've got Shimizu Sakura. Now Shimizu Sakura, we'll see that, oh look at that there, look at that there. Just clouds of the softest, it's kind of white with just a pink blush, the softest pink foliage and a cloud. I think there's no other weeping cherry that has more blossom in the spring than Shimizu Sakura. It's a low growing tree, a low spreading tree. Shimizu Sakura, a rare and special one, often quite expensive to buy, but right now you can gather yourself for $25.99. So you could afford to plant an avenue of these. These could look spectacular on a country property, mass planted, beautiful spreading, clouds of soft pink, and also Shimizu Sakura has one of the nicest autumn colours. I mean, cherry trees have beautiful autumn colours. Shimizu Sakura, one of the best, and these are only $25.99. Now here's a crazy deal here. This is a Portuguese laurel. It's probably about 3 or 4 years old. Now, I normally have trouble buying these wholesale for $100. Now, what you could do with this is you could grow it in a tub, you could grow it in the garden, you could develop to have a lovely big round green head on it, or what's really popular is pleaching. Pleaching your Portuguese laurel is a very popular pastime, and pleaching is where you have a hedge on a stick. Now, if you were to buy these ones here, they're only $99 each. Plant them 1.2 meters apart, and instead of trimming them into balls, trim them into a beautiful hedge. You could grow a beautiful 2.5, 3, 4 meter hedge 2.5 to 3 or 3-4 metre hedge with this lovely stem on the bottom, and for bleaching all the hard work's been done, and I've never had such good, big, beautiful Portuguese laurel standards for $99 before, and I may never have them again. So $99 bleached Portuguese laurel or standard Portuguese laurel, and Portuguese laurel have beautiful white blossom. They're evergreen. They'll withstand sun and shade. They love a bit of, they need nice loose good soil, but it's a wonderful versatile plant and an incredible deal at $99.99. Plant them 1.2 metres apart. Now, this is a very exotic, like you could go down to your local nursery and they just won't have this, you know. This is Casque Rouge. Now, Casque Rouge has this incredible mauvey purple flower. Look at that there. Look at that amazing mauvey purple flower. So Casque Rouge, this is going to cost you $19.99. It's 8 foot tall, so you could have a beautiful feature tree out on your farm, or you could plant an avenue of them and you're only paying $20. So $20, and these have beautiful purple flowers. They have beautiful foliage, lovely. Their foliage are very, very rich green with a hint of purple on a new growth. It's a medium-sized robinia. It's not a big one, so a medium-sized robinia at $19.99. Now, probably the most popular robinia around is your golden robinia. Your golden robinia has a white flower, has beautiful golden foliage, has a slightly cascading habit. It's fast growing, it's tough, it'll take poor soil, it'll take heat, it'll take wind. It's really, really, if you need something tough, something drought hardy, you cannot go wrong with a sunburst Gleditsia. Or, I got that wrong, you can't go wrong with a golden robinia. Golden robinia, very, very fast growing, thick and bushy. Hello. What do you think? Is it? We got a gorilla here. Wow. So we've got the gorillas giving, Gary the gorilla's doing high fives here. So here we are. So what we've got is a golden robinia, a really hardy, beautiful golden tree. And if you wanted a beautiful contrast with this, you could do this, say, with the purple plum. And so you could have a purple and a golden tree, a purple and a golden tree, and make a beautiful multicoloured avenue.
Chris, do you reckon we've got a future nurseryman here?
We could have a future, or gorilla handler. He could be a gorilla handler. He's not afraid of that gorilla. This is a savage gorilla direct from the jungle, and he's not afraid. He's able to handle him. He was only caught in the jungle a week ago.
Yeah, high fives to the gorilla. Yeah.
So here we've got, look at this, these are beautiful big standard lily pillies, and we're giving them away for $29.99. Look at the heads on these standard lily pillies. If you might be doing up a place and you're on a tight budget and you've got to get a place looking good to go on the market for spring, these are a great buy. They're $29.99. So if you're putting your place on the market and you want to get the best price, this would be a way to jazz up. Put a couple of these out in front of the front door or something like that. So and these are $29.99. So $29.99 weeping lily pilly.
Chris, we've had a question on TikTok from Truth, who asked, do we have a cat tree? That's Catha edulis. I know that's really popular, like from Northern African.
We have 6-inch pots, about 40 or 50 centimetres tall, for $49.99.
$49.99 for a 6-inch pot, which is, how tall did you say? About 40
or 50 centimetres tall.
Truth, so I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, Catha edulis, more commonly known as cat.
Cat, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so here we've got the Mexican cotton palm. Now, nice 3-foot palm like this, you'd expect to pay 30 or 40 bucks. These are $14.99. Now, what's good about your Washington palm is that they grow natively. They grow in the desert just in the back of Los Angeles, and they can take heat, they can take frost. They get tremendous frost out there, tremendous heat, tremendous cold, and so these can take whatever you dish up, these will take it. So at $14.99, these are really, they're the toughest palm if you're worried about palm trees and frost, or palm trees and wind, or palm tree and poor soil, or palm tree and drought, your Washington palm is the palm that's going to grow. This is the one you can't kill. Grow it in a pot, grow it in the garden, grow it at the front gate of your farm, or grow them in front of your factory. These are tough and they're beautiful cotton palms, so fabulous cotton palms. Let's have a look. We see these cotton palms up here. Let's have a look. So cotton palms, and these are only $14.99. Now what we've got is some beautiful azaleas coming up now. Well, here we are. There's your cotton palm there. Look at your cotton palm. Beautiful, beautiful, big, lush, tough palm tree. Now we're into azaleas. Now this is Kirin. Kirin, it just has clouds of amazing pink blossom, incredible. The problem with these have been selling as fast as we can get them out. So Kirin azalea, look at these beautiful, show them up close. Beautiful soft pink flowers. And these are only $29.99 for a nice big bushy well-established Kirin. And now let's have a look. Alphonse Anderson is your next one. Alphonse Anderson is a big grower, beautiful soft pink, big growing azalea, big foliage, very, very tough, takes a little bit of sun, so really good one, and these are only $27.99. Now we've got the Azalea Candy Stripe. So Azalea Candy Stripe, show them that beautiful. So this one has a beautiful multicoloured pink one, and it's only $27.99 for a nice big established azalea. Now we've got Azalea Goyet. So Goyet is beautiful. Now this is just coming into flower now. Beautiful buds coming on that. Show them the buds there. The beautiful buds on that. And this is Goyet is only $27.99. So reduced from $32.99 to $27.99. Now gumpos are your little mini azaleas. Now gumpo, if you want that real Japanese look, these just grow in a beautiful little mound, get covered in beautiful white flowers. So gumpo, miniature Japanese style azalea, and only $27.99.
So Chris, Hard to Kill has joined us on TikTok, and Hard to Kill has asked, quick question, how much water do lily pillies need per day? Is it okay if I don't water them daily?
Yes, I think it's better not to water them daily. What you want to do is in the warm months, absolutely drown them once a week, and then a couple of small waterings through the week, but once a week drowning them, because they do come from a sort of a subtropical environment, and their roots are quite deep. So you want to drown them, get the water in deep, then a couple of little top-up waters, but better to do that big watering and a couple of small waterings than water every day.
Beautiful, thank you.
Now here we've got Gumpo White Sport. What is it? Oh, so here we've got Gumpo, the Petunia White. These are your dwarf Japanese style one. Beautiful dark green man. They look great all year round. They look amazing in flower. And this one is only $27.99. Now here we've got Hinode Girl. Hinode Girl, beautiful little pink flowers. All right, so this is Gumpo Petunia. So Gumpo Petunia, a lovely pink, compact, grows into a lovely dark green mound. So lovely dark green compact one. And here we've got another Japanese Gumpo style one in a vivid red. Look at that there, vivid red. Gumpo, it's called Hinode, and it's $27.99. This will put on an amazing show of red flowers for $27.99. So beautiful, you should jump into car. These are big. Dad would, if you've got a sort of an older kind of father or grandfather, you'd find that he would love a couple of nice bushy azaleas in the garden. Great Father's Day gift idea. Now this is Gardenia Magnifica, and it's a pink one. Now Magnifica is the sun hardy azalea. It's really, really tough. It's fairly big growing, beautiful tree, and and it's only $27.99. And look at the size of that bush there, $27.99. What a beautiful big bush. Look at those vivid pink flowers, and you find if you've had trouble growing azaleas, you'll find that your Magnifica pink is easy to grow.
Chris, we have got another quick question from V Bonsai Kurtzong, I think it is, on TikTok, who has asked, do you have any pines?
Oh yes, I think this week I've got some seedling Yatsabusas. They're miniature black pines, and because they're grown from seedlings, they've got the right sort of formation, right? They're not grafted right at the base.
Yeah.
But we've got Mugo, we've got Yatsabusa, we've got black pine, so quite a few pines that could be of interest to a bonsai grower.
Oh, there you go. Great news.
So here we've got Miss Kint. Miss Kint is a multicoloured azalea, medium-sized bush, lovely fine dense dark green foliage, a beautiful addition to your sort of contemporary style garden for $29.99, Miss Kint. Now this is a beautiful azalea. Whenever these come into flower, they sell like hotcakes. It's a very, very rich red with a beautiful dark green foliage, and it's called Scarlet Dragon, and it's only $27.99, reduced from $32.99 to $27.99. And here we have Azalea Seikei. Now Seikei, beautiful white one, nice compact, very, very compact Japanese style bush, and Seikei is only $27.99, only $27.99. So $27.99 for a Seikei. Now here we've got a beautiful azalea coming up. This is a white bouquet. Now white bouquet, beautiful frilly white flower. Let's show them those white flowers there. A beautiful frilly white flower, and a nice medium-sized azalea, big, nice big bushy plants at only $27.99. Now here we have White Dragon. White Dragon, dense, dark green fine foliage, a beautiful dense bush, and a lovely simple single white flower, a beautiful white one. There it is there. Fabulous plant, nice big bushes, and only $27.99. Now, here you've got your common jasmine, but there's really nothing common about a common jasmine. Common jasmine, beautiful pink buds. These, another week or so, these will be open. If you know what you could do, you could buy one of these and put it on the kitchen bench, or put it on the dining table and have it flower inside, and it'll flower for maybe a month inside and fill your lounge room or fill your house with most beautiful jasmine fragrance. And then after that you can put it out and maybe grow it on a fence, or grow it on a wall, or grow it over a trellis or over a little pergola, and have a fast growing, evergreen, fragrant, spring flowering jasmine in the garden. But one of these would be, these cost about as much as a bunch of flowers, and one of these would give you more joy and more fragrance if you kept it in the house in the next couple of weeks than a bunch of flowers could. Yeah. And this one here is only $24.99, which is less than a bunch of flowers.
Less than a bunch of flowers.
For $24.99, you could have a month of heavenly jasmine fragrance in the house. Put it on the kitchen bench, put it in the lounge room, and really enjoy that jasmine. They're beautiful big jasmines for $24.99. Now what we've got is hey, we haven't done it yet. Okay, right. Is that banana shake? Banana shake is next on my list. So what I wanted to talk about, let's put the banana shake up here. So what we should do is we should tell people... I
feel like a milkshake now.
Yes, that's right. What we've got here is, this is you wouldn't think, not many nurseries sell banana milkshakes, but we do. We have a banana milkshake coming up right now. This is a beautiful yellow with an interesting center. Show them these. Yeah, have a look at that. Look at that beautiful African daisy. You'll find they're really hardy, long flowering, easy to grow. Anyone can grow them. Grow them in a pot on the balcony, grow them in the garden. grow them in front of your factory, grow them in front of your shop, and get some real easy colour. They flower autumn, winter, and into springtime. Very, very hardy and attractive African daisy. And these ones here, Banana Shake, reduced from $14.99 to $11.99. So $11.99 for the Banana Shake 3D. Now look at the rich colour in this. This is Serenity Purple. Lovely, healthy little bush at only $11.99. Look at the depth of colour in that. Look at that. Actually, as I was driving around Melbourne yesterday, I was really enjoying the daisies in flower. African daisies all over the place, all different colours, really, really enjoyable. And one hedge that I saw was French lavender mixed with beautiful mauve African daisies. Oh. And it was mauve on mauve, and it was really, really colourful and beautiful, and fragrant too.
And did you take a photo of that for our...
No, I was going too fast, but I enjoyed it. So there we are, Serenity, $11.99. Now, 3 foot standard roses. Now, there's a big store. I think it's called Manning's Hardware. They sell plants. They sell everything. They sell plaster.
Oh, Manning's. I tend to refer to Manning's as Manning's Bear House because I can never find one I'm after.
Oh, right. Manning's Bear House. But at any rate, and I mean, Manning's Bear House could be true. When you talk standard roses, you go down there, they've only got about 8 of them in stock in any one store. And they're like $50 or $60 each. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anyway, but here we've got a 3 foot apricot nectar for $25.99.
That's pretty good.
So $25.99. Now that's really, really cheap. Get online and see what you'd have to pay anywhere else for an apricot nectar 3 foot tall.
Gee, Chris, a lot of these plants are making me feel a bit hungry today. We've got apricot nectar, banana shake, blueberry shake.
Yeah, we've got, it's
also delicious.
Yeah. I think because we're doing this instead of having a lunch break, aren't we? this is our lunch break. Actually, we might need to get a banana to keep the gorilla going.
Oh, yes, we might.
His blood sugar could be falling. So here we've got a 3 foot candy stripe rose, only $25.99. Beautiful, healthy rose. You can see it's bursting into leaf. If you pop this in now, by the time Melbourne Cup comes, it'll be in flower.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you want. Always want your flowers to be out Melbourne Cup Day.
That's right, yeah. So now we've got Gold Bunny, a 3 foot standard Gold Bunny. These are ripper standards, bare rooted, nice and healthy. You see it's booming out into foliage at a $25.99. Now if you get online and have a look what the next cheapest price is for a Gold Bunny on a 3 foot standard around Melbourne. I don't reckon you get one for much under $50. So
yeah.
Now Cardinal is a dark velvety red, beautiful dark velvety red. This is Cardinal, would be one of the best roses. People love a fragrant dark red rose, and here it is, Cardinal roses. Most places $50, some places it'll be $60. There'll be even some people charging $70 for a 3 foot standard Cardinal. We've got them right now for $25.99. So $25.99, and they're healthy. Look at them, they're coming into leaf. They're freshly dug from the field. They're healthy and beautiful, and they're $25.99.
Chris, look at the structure of the petals on that. I mean, it looks like one of those gorgeous Japanese temples, doesn't it?
It really does. The Cardinal, if you need a really formal, rich red, velvety, fragrant rose, Cardinal's the one to get.
Wonderful.
Now, it's hard to know whether what's happened is lilacs were that old-fashioned thing, and we used to have them out the back of the nursery. We couldn't even give them away a few years ago, but now they're the height of fashion. People are doing cottage gardens, they're restoring old houses, and they're loving those old-style plants. And here's a great one. This is called Congo. And it's one, particularly, I mean, it's one that gorillas go for because it is called Congo. It reminds them of the jungle. But it's a beautiful, dark, rich purple, and a fragrant. It's a medium-sized bush or a small tree. So and most places you can pay $60-70. They're a bit of a rarity. Here we've got them for $19.99
Wow.
for a Congo Lilac.
You're very generous, Chris. You're very generous.
Thank you.
You make sure all of our customers are well looked after.
Yeah, that's right. And not only that, right, we're probably, my partner reckons that I'm a bit overly generous, because people could buy $300 worth of these unbelievable bargains and they'd be doing real well. Then they could get free delivery over most of Victoria. You could be living in Baronia, Narra
Kiwi-rup,
Puckapunyal.
Puckapunyal, geez.
Packet 'em.
There you go.
Yeah.
Out Bendigo way.
Yeah, and you spend $300 and you get free delivery. We've got these beautiful green vans, picture of me on the side looking fabulous, and they come out to your place and they drop it off for you. But not only that, they'll be dropping off something else. What else would they drop off for you at the same time if you spent over $300?
A free weeping cherry.
I think we should show them the free
Weeping cherry, but you've got to remember to ask for it. You've got to remember to put it on your order.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have to order the free weeping cherry, but it's for free.
Because we need you to choose which one you want. Do you want one with pink flowers or do you want one with white flowers?
Yeah, there's short ones that are 4 foot tall, and tall ones that are 6 foot tall, and they are free when you spend over. So talk about generosity. You could buy one of these fabulous lilacs for $20, and you put together a few other bits and pieces. You're up to $300. You've got free delivery and a free weeping cherry.
That's an amazing deal.
Okay, now we've got the, and to find all these 100 items that we've got going cheap, scan this code here and go there. There's a page with over 100 specials on it this week.
It will teleport you to our Bare Root Festival.
Yeah, that's right. We're having a, yeah, Gary, hey, we haven't done that one yet, not ready. No, Gary, we're doing the bear, now Gary is a fabulous dancer. He was part of a guerrilla group over in Kenya where he was dancing. He was a semi-professional dancer, danced for bananas, and if people were to give us, say, 50 roses,
Yes.
50 roses, Gary will dance to his favourite bit of music called Baby Snakes. So Baby Snakes, Gary the gorilla, fantastic.
And do you know why? He likes the baby snakes because he doesn't like the big ones.
Yeah, that's right. The big ones are a
The baby
bit
snakes
scary.
are cute. The big ones he can leave them.
Yep. I think over in Kenya they've got those ones that wrap themselves around you and squish you into nothing, haven't they?
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. So here we've got the baby sunrose. Now, if you want to cover a large area of garden, maybe you've got an embankment or a sort of maybe it's a broken brick wall and you want to cover a broken brick retaining wall and you want to cover it up and make it look beautiful. Here's a beautiful thing, little pink flowers and green and white leaves, a lovely little ground cover and a beautiful little ground cover, and these are really, really cheap. We're selling the baby sunrose in a 4-inch pot for $5.99. So $5.99 you could afford to mass plant them and cover a big area at $5.99. Now we've got the Banksia Pygmy Possum. Now these are hard to get. These are a rare one. This is a ground covering, flat growing, and it's fairly vigorous. It'll cover a large area, but it's a ground covering Banksia. It has the beautiful bottle brush style flowers, and these are reduced from $32.99 to $25.99. So these can cover quite a large area. I've seen half a dozen of these in the middle of a roundabout cover the whole roundabout. And so you could use them, say if you've got a roundabout in front of your house, you know, like an in and out sort of driveway. This is a great low spreading ground cover that's nice and hardy and has those beautiful big bottle brush style flowers. Now I was out doing a delivery out in Craigieburn, and I saw these, they have these in the new estates on the sides of the road. This is your carpet-grotus, your hot pink carpet-grotus. And it has this beautiful green lush. It covers up the ground, splashes out the weeds, and through winter and into early spring you've got these beautiful they're big flowers. They're big flowers like this, bright pink flowers, you know, enormous bright pink flowers, and they are only, so we sell them really, and they're nice and cheap, great. Put them in front of the factory, put them out in the farm, grow them on that sort of rough rocky hill that you want to cover up and get rid of the weeds. $2.99. Plant 2 of them per square metre and cover the ground in a hurry. So here we've got the Gastrolobium Swan River Pea in a 6-inch pot, and they are only $12.90. This is a beautiful medium-sized bush. Look at the flowers on that. Gary the gorilla is going to give you a close look at it. I don't know what I could do without Gary the gorilla working with me. So $12.99 for a Swan River Pea. Now what we've got here is Canary Island Ivy. Now Canary Island Ivy, you can cover a big embankment, you can cover your nature strip with. I did a gardener's on the other day and we're going to cover the nature strip with Canary Island Ivy. And what look at it, makes the most amazing modern smart. It reminds me of a Monier painting. You get that two-tone green effect, but look at it there, mass planted, amazing plant, mass planted, and they're expensive and they're hard to get, but we're going to do them cheap. We're doing them Canary Island Ivy reduced from $14.99 to $8.99. So $8.99 for a Canary Island Ivy. Great value. So here we've got a blue carpet. Now this is a beautiful blue, low spreading, ground covering conifer. A blue carpet, and it's only $21.99. So $21.99 for a nice big blue carpet. Give your place that sort of modern kind of smart look, mass plant them and get that lovely bit of bright blue, very, very hardy. If you're in a frost zone or a hot windy area, this is going to cover the ground and be really, really tough. So blue carpet creeping conifer. Now here's a really, really flat conifer. This is called ice blue and it's only $21.99. So $21.99 for ice blue conifer. Juniper Ice Blue it's called, and only $21.99. So here we've got Pratia White Star Creeper. So Pratia White Star Creeper, and now what Pratia White Star does, it's like a green moss, but it gets covered in beautiful little white flowers. You can grow it around your pavers, grow it in your cottage garden, grow it in a pot, grow it in a hanging basket. Lovely green mossy, and quite hardy and versatile. It'll take quite a bit of shade, quite a bit of sun, doesn't need real flash soil, a bit of water, a bit of fertilizer, and you can cover an area with this beautiful mossy lawn with little white spots, and it'll take a little bit of light foot traffic as well. So, and with it, we've got them in 3-inch pots, and you might be tempted to mass plant them at $3.99. So $3.99, you can afford to mass plant them. And they're White Star, Pratia White Star Creeper, a beautiful white starry green mossy lawn. Now here we've got the blue chalk sticks. Blue chalk sticks, they're kind of very modern, very trendy, can be a bit expensive to buy in your local nursery, but these ones here, the blue chalk stick, nice big gutsy bushy plants, and they are just $3.99 for a blue chalk stick. So blue chalk sticks, great plant for $3.99. And they're the sort of thing, they're great for a modern garden. Great if you've got a sort of industrial situation and you want something really, really tough. And also where I've done well with them, they're fast growing, they look good, they're cheap. And where I get people who are house flippers coming in and they want to do up the garden, they want it to look smart and bright and appeal to young people when they go and sell it. And we've been using lots and lots of chalk sticks as an economical way to brighten up a garden and combining them with some other interesting nice plants, of course. So chalk sticks and $3.99.
One of your favourites, Chris?
Yeah, for using in my garden designs, chalk sticks are really where you want, if you want something that's economical and something that really stands out, they're a really good choice. Now these ones here are white thyme, they're a little bit wintry, they're just starting to have a look at that one, they're just starting to take off. Another couple of weeks, they're going to look fantastic. But look at white thyme, great to have with your pavers, grow a lawn with it, just do a small patch of it, maybe grow a hanging basket, maybe grow a pot of it, but it's a fragrant, fine foliage thyme that you could use in your soup, you could use with cooking up your chicken, but it gets covered in the most amazing white flowers for months and months in the summer. So beautiful, mossy style ground cover, takes a little bit of light foot traffic, and a great ground cover and a cheap ground cover. These white thyme here are only $6.99. So what we've got here is Allen Magic. So Allen Magic is only $25.99. Now Allen Magic, we did a video about these, and what they get lovely, bright red new growth in spring and summer.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, beautiful bright red new growth in spring and summer, and they're a compact lily pilly, and there's a few bugs around it that have been eating the lily pillies, and none of the bugs, only humans seem to like this Allen Magic, so humans can like it and have it in their garden, but the bugs don't like it, they leave it alone. So where a lot of people, so if you want a sort of a small compact little bush that gives lots and lots of colour, lots of pleasure, that's super duper low maintenance, so you don't have to spray the bugs for, Allen Magic really is magic. And these Allen Magic here are only $25.99, so $25.99. So we'll put the 8-inch up as well. Now what we've got here is Dutch box. Now lots of people come in and say, Chris, I want that dwarf English box. There's no such thing. There's only one size in your English box. Your English box can be used for a small hedge. But if you want a really small hedge, if you want a really tight hedge, if you want something really dense and small, you want dwarf Dutch box or Dutch box. Now Dutch box you'll see is tight, it's dense, and often it can be expensive, it can be hard to get. People are confused about which box is which. This is your real Dutch box, and I've seen hedges that were very, very old and only about 20 centimetres tall. So you can keep your hedge 20 centimetres tall, lovely tight Dutch box hedge. Now these ones here, we've got the 6-inch pot is $5.99, and they're big and bushy. They're big little, they're little and big. They're big and little.
Big and little.
They're big little Dutch box. Dutch box are little, but these are big little Dutch box.
But are they toy, like a toiga?
Yeah, and there we are. Look at these 8-inch pots, instant Dutch box heads. Look at these 8-inch pots there. Big little Dutch box. $15.99 in an 8-inch pot and $5.99 in a 6-inch pot. I suspect that could be the best price in Melbourne, retail, and the best size. So actually, we bought in Dutch box. We bought in some Dutch box the other day from one nursery, and I won't buy them there again. But they were so small I could hardly see them. These are really decent size for a really decent price.
They're
direct
looking
from the grower.
really good. Oh, look at that flush and new growth. It's so lovely and verdant.
Do you know what's amazing? You plant these Dutch box now, and they'll increase about 50% in size in the next 6 weeks. They're going to go boom. Dutch box every spring, they just go boom like that.
Excellent.
And they're beautiful new foliage. Dutch box, when you're looking for that dwarf English box or that really dwarf box, the answer is Dutch.
Dutch.
And the best sort of Dutch box to buy is our big little Dutch box.
The big little Dutch box.
Yeah. Now here we've got Japanese Plum Yew. Could we show the people a beautiful big Japanese Plum Yew to see what they're going to get? What we might do, let's...
I think these are very sexy plants, Chris.
Yeah, look at this. This is your Plum Yew. Your Plum Yew if you've got a shady spot, if you're looking for something tall and narrow that's got some character, if you want something really interesting and cool in a beautiful big pot, your Japanese Plum Yew is the answer. We've got these ones here, $169.99, but a lot of people don't want to spend the big bucks. So you've got a really good price on them. These ones here are just $27.99 for a Japanese Plum Yew, and they'll grow in a beautiful tall narrow thing. Great pot plant, great screen. Great, a lot of people have got big tall buildings next door, and they're on the southern side. They've got cool shady situations, and these are great in a cool shady situation. Now here we've got Glauca pencil pine. Now Glauca pencil pine, these are top quality plants, beautiful quality plants, and they're only $22.99. So $22.99 for Glauca pencil pine. So beautiful, beautiful pencil pines. Now Glaucas are fast growing, tall and narrow. Really, so if you want to screen somebody off with something that you never have to really trim, use Glauca pencil pines. So Glauca pencil pines, tall and narrow, and very, very reliable. The branches don't break off them or anything like that. They don't have too many nuts. And now let's have a look at the golden pencil pine. For many, many years, this has been one of the most popular pencil pines on the market. This is a golden or Swain's golden pencil pine. These can be hard to get, and they can be expensive. I've seen them this size like this for 50 bucks. These ones here, these Swain's Golden Pencil Pines are only $22.99. So $22.99 for a Swain's Golden Pencil Pine. Have a beautiful, and we seem to have a run on golden plants right now. This is interesting. This is your Euonymus, and this is a golden Euonymus, and it's kind of a real old-fashioned thing. You couldn't really even buy these a year or two ago. These are just coming back on the market. They used to be everywhere, really, really popular. These grow probably 1.5 meters tall, 1.5 meters wide, could be trimmed in any shape you want. A really, really tough, lovely, bright, luscious golden plant. They're a type of Euonymus, and they're $21.99. Now here we've got Green Rocket in a 6-inch pot. Now Green Rocket is Green Rocket will grow 1 or 1.2 meters quite quickly. It's sort of tall and narrow, great natural hedge. Trim it into a ball. It takes hot sun, it takes poor soil, it takes drought conditions, and it stays green and lush. And these ones here are only Green Rocket, only $6.99. Now here we've got a beautiful dwarf tea tree, lovely purple foliage, pink flowers, dwarf tea tree. It's reduced from $33.99 to $21.99. So that's a good sized dwarf bush. That's a nice, tough, compact native. So we've got a lot of the natives that we've done today are compact style natives. Like they're not going to get to be, you've only got a small garden, you can clip this one, and I reckon you could keep this one 60 or 70 centimeters round in a beautiful purple ball if you wanted to. Now, if you wanted an English box style hedge and you wanted it big in a hurry, say you wanted a 1 meter tall hedge, if you plant these at the rate of 3 or 4 to the meter, you could have a 1 meter hedge by the end of summer. And these are only $5.99. So $5.99 in a 3-inch pot, box leaf privet, $5.99 in a 3-inch pot, and they are, $5.99 and fast growing. Plant them 3 or 4 to the meter, get them up 1 meter tall by the end of summer. They don't need, or they need a bit of water, a bit of fertilizer. They don't need any sort of fancy soil or anything like that. Now, if you're watching this, how would you get to buy some of this stuff? Jodie, you tell them how you get to buy it.
The way that I would go about it is I'd take a photo of the screen and grab that QR code, which is going to teleport you to our Bare Root Festival.
Yes, the Bare Rooted Festival.
When you get there, you're going to find over 100 plants that are at rock bottom prices, and anything that you were hoping to nab, maybe get yourself a free weeping cherry.
Spend over 300 bucks, you got a free weeping cherry. Spend over 300 bucks, you got free delivery over most of Victoria.
Absolutely. And don't forget, if you want your free weeping cherry, look how robust that weeping cherry is. Gorilla's a pretty sturdy specimen. Gorilla's just climbing that free weeping cherry. You better watch out because you might get gorilla come with the delivery. What was I saying? Free weeping cherry. Yes, don't forget to let us, if you're going to go through our online orders, you've got to make sure that you add the free weeping cherry to the cart.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so all you have to do is add it to your cart and you've got it. And choose pink or white, short or tall, whatever you want. And it's free. And I mean, it's amazing. You've got, over most of Victoria, you've got these amazing bargains. The bargains you couldn't get at your local nursery. Bargains you couldn't even get at that big store. What's it called? What do they call that big store?
Manning's Bear House.
Oh, Manning's Bear House, yeah.
That's it.
At any rate, so these sort of bargains you can't even get at that big store like that. And not out, we're chucking in free weeping cherries and free delivery.
Do you know what I always say about Manning's?
What's that?
Manning's Bear House, where finding what you want is only the beginning.
Right, okay. So now we've got, now we've got a beautiful magnolia. Now this is just coming to flower. Let's give a close-up look at this beautiful white flower here. Now this is a fabulous fragrant magnolia called Cinderella. It's a beautiful cream magnolia, dense fine foliage. Grow it as a specimen, grow it in a pot, grow it as a hedge. And it's dirt cheap. It's only $29.99 for a beautiful, healthy Cinderella magnolia. Now look at this. This is a Little Gem Magnolia. Now your Little Gem Magnolia is reduced. Now these are nice sizes. I've seen magnolias this size for $100 in nurseries before. These ones here are reduced to $51.99. So $51.99 for a 10-inch pot, over 1 metre tall Little Gem Magnolia. And Little Gems have beautiful dark green foliage. They have a lovely white flower, and they'll flower all year round. Actually, take it right to the top. Let's show them how tall that really is. It's 1.3 metres tall. That's from the ground. So about 1 metre tall, and only $51.99 for a Little Gem Magnolia. So here we've got a Princess Magnolia. So Princess Magnolia is a beautiful, look at what, I reckon it's got 50 or 60 buds. Give me a close-up look at it. It's going to have these beautiful white flowers with a pink centre. Princess Magnolia. It's going to be covered in pinky white fragrant flowers very, very soon. And it is only Princess Magnolia. It's only $29.99. So Photinia robusta in an 8-inch pot, nice bushy ones in an 8-inch pot, not too many of these available, only $29.99. So Photinia robusta, do you know if you put these in and really water, they love plenty of water, plenty of fertiliser, you could have these up 2 metres tall in 1 year.
Can you really?
Yeah, they're very, very fast growing, and what it is, they've been one of the most popular hedges in Victoria for the last 100 years. And there's very few, they're not worried by frost, they're not worried by heat, they're not worried by wind, they're not worried by poor soil. To get fast growth they need water and fertiliser, but to keep them alive they don't. That you could really know. So what you do is say you want to have a 3 metre hedge that you really want to look after. You get them in, you'd pump them with plenty of water, plenty of fertiliser, and in 18 months you'd have them up 3 metres tall. Then you could be kind of mean to them and just leave them alone, and they'll. I was parked next to. I got out of my car yesterday and I was parked next to some shrub, and I wasn't really paying much attention when I was getting to the destination. When I went back to my car, I thought, geez, that's good looking. It was a Photinia robusta. Yeah. It looked amazing. Yeah, beautiful, glossy foliage. It's been one of the last 100 years in Melbourne. It's been one of the, when I was a little kid, which is a couple of years ago.
Just a couple?
Yeah, just a couple. Yeah. When I was a little kid, it was one of the main things. My dad would grow 20,000 Photinia robustas a year, and couldn't get enough of them. And even today, you cannot get enough Photinia robusta. It's hardy, it's reliable, it's a great hedge. So were they still running steam trains at that time? Actually, it's a funny thing. It was there were. There'd be on the Croydon-Lilydale line, which was our line when I was a kid, there would be steam engines, and there would be diesel engines, and there would be electric engines. So we had the works.
The full gamut. Now, Chris, we have Depict Gore, who's on YouTube and has asked, can you plant these those Photinia robustas? Put my teeth back in. Can you plant them next to a concrete driveway as a privacy screen?
You wouldn't want the bed to be too narrow, but say that bed between there was 70 or 80 centimetres, 90 centimetres wide, there'd be no worries at all. Actually, talking about that old Lilydale line, I can remember when it was Christmas, my grandfather lived up in Deniliquin, and he would send us a Christmas present, and it would be quite a basic for the family, and some years it would be a goose. And what he'd do is he'd get a goose and he'd put it in an oat bag or a chaff bag, and he'd tie its neck with the chaff bag on it, and go put it on the train, and they'd send it down, and then they'd offload this savage little goose, with the bag, and they'd ring my dad up, and my dad would come down and pick up his goose. And what's interesting is if somebody were to do that now, they'd be on television for animal cruelty. They'd say, a man sends goose in bag, But what was funny, I remember the look of the goose. The goose we'd go pick up our goose, and the goose would always look terribly surprised,
I think I'd have a look of surprise on my on my face if somebody put me in a chuff bag and sent me to Melbourne.
But what's interesting, the trains carried a wide variation of things and didn't see they weren't phased by a goose in a bag, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days when you could put a goose on in Deniliquin and have him pop up in Lilydale and we'd have him for Christmas dinner. So there we are. So anyway, so what have we got here? Fatidia robusta, and they are $21.99. Now silver sheen have been getting a bit hard to get. Silver sheen, and these are in 6-inch pots. They're nice big ones. They've got some of them got a little bend or a little woof to them, but the grower did us a great deal. You'd paying $14-15 for a 70. These are $7.99. So there's only a limited number of them. They're about 50 centimetres tall. Nice gutsy plants, a little bit bendy, but who cares when you're whacking them into a hedge? You're not really going to see where they're going to go. They are only $7.99. Probably the best hedging bargain at Hello Hellos. And this is our Bare Rooted Festival. So at the Hello Bare Rooted Festival, Silver Sheen Batosrum, $7.99. And don't bare root these because they don't like it. Just be careful with the roots on these. Pop them out, give them a good drink before you plant them. Pop them out and pop them in whole. Don't tease the roots.
That's right. Don't tease the roots.
Yeah. Silver Sheen definitely don't like having their roots teased. Now here's a little specialty. These are cherry laurels. Now cherry laurels up in the Macedon ranges and that, they're very popular because they're green and lush, they're classy looking, and they don't mind a savage frost. In fact, they love a savage frost, and they grow really quick. These are a fantastic hedge. There they are. They're beautiful glossy green foliage. The occasional red berry, as you see there, and beautiful white flowers in spring. But your cherry laurel, if you watch Escape to the Country, you'll see the most beautiful country properties with fantastic cherry laurel hedges around them. We call them a grand hedge. The best cherry laurel hedge in Victoria is up in Emerald, just off the main street there. There's one there left over from the Nobelius nursery, well over 100 years old. 4 or 5 metres tall, and the land's been subdivided, and all different people are sort of living behind this amazing hedge that goes for probably 1.5 kilometres. So wow. It's 1.5 kilometres, beautiful grand hedge, amazing hedge, worth having a look in the main street of Emerald, or not just off the main street of Emerald. But if you wanted a hedge that grew 3, 4, 5 metres tall, if you wanted a hedge that grew really, really fast, if you wanted a hedge that could take frost, average soil, and you wanted something fast growing and easy to look after, cherry laurel is the answer, and they're hard to get, really hard to get. Beautiful bushy little 8-inch pots, $21.99, so $21.99. Now, how are we going with our roses? I was hoping to get 50 roses and
well, let me see. So
we could, now with 50, we haven't got long to go, and what we need is 50 roses, and what will happen is Gary the gorilla, what? We've got no roses. Now, what could happen? Look, Gary's terrible. Gary was hoping to dance to Baby Snakes. Baby Snakes, fabulous Frank Zappa song, particularly popular with the gorillas in Kenya. They love Baby Snakes. Now you'll love Baby Snakes too. Give us 50 roses and you can enjoy Baby Snakes with Gary the gorilla at the end of our Bare Rooted Festival. And here's a bit more Bare Rooted for you. So 50 roses, come on, give us 50 roses, and you can see Baby Snakes performed by a genuine Kenyan African gorilla.
And I mean, Gary, he can't live on bananas alone. He needs some roses every now and again. Keep
yes,
him going.
That's right. Yeah. So anyway, 50 roses. Come on, let's get 50 roses, and let's see Baby Snakes dance by Gary the gorilla. In fact, Jody might even dance with him. So,
no, I'm not too sure about that. Oh, hello, kiddo. Sent us a rose. Thank you so much.
49 more roses and we're away. Come on, 49 more roses. We need some roses, and you'll get to enjoy Baby Snakes with Gary the gorilla and possibly Jody as well.
I think Gary's certainly ready to cut a rug.
Right. And then, well, what have we got? We never did the aristocrat prayer. No, never did. Aristocrat. So we've not got long to go. We've got 49 roses that we need to see Gary the gorilla. So here we've got an aristocrat pear, And your aristocrat pear is only $25.99. It's a fast growing pear, beautiful shape, wind hardy, white blossom in spring, amazing burgundy autumn colour, and a beautiful sort of pyramidal kind of shape. A real aristocrat, and only $25.99.
Now Kiddo is clearly keen to see Gary Cutterug has sent us another rose. Thank you very much.
So 48 more roses required. So, and only a couple of minutes to do it. So let's do the impossible. Let's get Gary the gorilla dancing to baby snakes. Right, so here we've got a Bradford ornamental pear. Bradford ornamental pear, beautiful round shape. Bradfords actually have one of the best autumn colours of any pear. And they're that classic shape that kids draw, a beautiful sort of round ball on a stick. So Bradford ornamental pear, $25.99.
That's pretty good for that size. Look at the size of that tree.
Yeah. And actually, if you were to turn into Essendon Fields right now, if you turn in there, the trees right at the entrance there are all Bradford pears, and they're covered in white blossom right now, looking fabulous. So now this is your Cleveland ornamental pear. Your Cleveland ornamental pear grows in a teardrop shape, fat at the bottom up to a beautiful point. Don't forget, we need 48 more roses to get Gary the gorilla dancing to Baby Snakes by Frank Zappa, and I mean it's an amazing sight. A lot of people, they go to Kenya just to see the gorillas do baby snakes, but you, by donating a couple of roses, can actually watch a genuine Kenyan gorilla dancing to baby snakes.
I mean, if Gary wasn't here, I'd be off to Kenya myself.
Yeah, that's right. It's hard. This is a unique experience. Now here we've got a Cleveland ornamental pear. These are the under 4 foot ones, and they're $14.99. That's under 4 foot Cleveland pear, $14.99. And then we've got your Manchurian pear coming out. Now your Manchurian pear, when I was a kid, this was the first ornamental pear to come on the market. Beautiful white blossom, beautiful burgundy autumn colour, fabulous pear, can be trimmed and hedged, beautiful spreading shade tree, doesn't grow too tall. Manchurian pear, $25.99, and they're about 5 foot tall. So 5 foot tall Manchurian pear, $25.99. And then we've got capital pears that are under 4 foot. So your capital pear that's under 4 foot is only $14.99. So $14.99 for a capital pear under 4 foot. Now here's an interesting one. This is something that many people, if you want a real classic English style garden, here you've got your English yew. And your English yew, beautiful foliage, lovely fast growing, spreading hedge or specimen, and it's unlike the Japanese plum yew, which grows tall and narrow. This is a beautiful spreading yew with a lovely informal shape to it, beautiful red berries, beautiful green foliage in summer. And your English yew in a 6-inch pot is only $15.99. Look, they're 40 centimetres tall. Wonderful things to have in the garden, and only $15.99. Now look at this. This is your Smaragd Conifer. Now, if you've got a nice big Smaragd, we could show them a nice big one. So your Smaragd is your beautiful, natural, neat, middle-sized cone. Lovely soft green foliage. If we've got a nice one of these, we can show them. Anyway, so your Smaragd, beautiful conical one, and these are a great special. Like people grow them in pots. They grow them in the garden. They grow them as a specimen. And these ones here, incredible price. These are only $6.99. So $6.99. You might plant a row of them. Wonderful thing to have. Okay. Yeah, so here we've got the ruby blood plum, beautiful ruby red blood plum, tasty and sweet, fast growing, very, very productive, at only $25.99. So $25.99 for a ruby red blood plum. Now, what we've got now is this is a Japanese maple, and this one here, I'm 6 foot, this one is as tall as me, so it's 6 foot tall. A 6 foot tall Japanese maple, young, healthy one, and it's only $14.99. So $14.99 for a 6 foot tall Japanese maple. So if you want that beautiful classic look of a Japanese maple in your garden, you don't want to spend big bucks, $14.99. You grow that in a pot, grow it out on the deck, grow it wherever you want for $14.99, 6 foot tall, seedling Japanese maple for $4. Yeah, we'll do the cherry, okay. So that's it now. How many roses have we got?
Oh, we've only got 2 roses, I'm
Only
afraid.
2 roses? Oh, that's terrible. Gary might have a breakdown. So we've only got a couple of minutes. We need 48 roses, and we'll go out on Gary the Gorilla doing 48, give us 48 roses. That would only be, if 4 people gave us a dozen roses. Dozen roses is a classic number. So all we need is 4 people to give us a dozen roses, and Gary the Gorilla will go out with Gary the Gorilla and possibly Jody doing baby snakes. But right now, what
I'm
I
pretty
want to
sure
talk about...
Jodie's not going to be doing baby snakes today, but she's definitely going to be looking at Gary.
Okay,
Once
so...
Gary cut a rug.
So what we've got now is we've had 100 specials. We've gone through over 100 specials and fabulous specials. And what you can do is you can to catch up on those specials there, you can go to, you can scan in this number here and go to our page with over 100 specials, and you can order up, or you could just come down the nursery and just pick them off the shelves. And all that stuff's in stock right now, although it is going fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Now all of this stuff is available until next Friday lunchtime. So these specials are all available to next Friday lunchtime. And 4 people, 12 roses, and we've got Gary the Gorilla going out with baby snakes. But anyway, so right now, these specials are all available, and if you spend over $300, you've got free delivery over most of Victoria, all the way from Traralgon to Shepparton, from Bendigo to Ballarat, from Bendigo down to Geelong, down to the Surf Coast. All of those areas are in there for free when you spend over $300. So, and then one of these cherries here, if you spend over $300, if you came down here this afternoon and you spend over $300, we could chuck in a free weeping cherry for you. So free weeping cherries where you spend over $300.
All right, so now how many? We were up to 50 roses, were we?
Yes.
Because I tell you what, between Kiddo and MKMK, they are very keen for Gary to cut a rug. They want to see some baby snakes action, and so we were up to 31. We just got 45. We only got 5 more roses to
so
gather.
5 more roses. Come on, just 5 more roses, and Gary the Gorilla is going to be doing baby snakes.
Oh my goodness, we hit our goal. We have hit our goal.
Okay.
Gary,
So
are you ready?
before we do the baby snakes, what we're going to do is I want to thank everyone.
Yes.
I took the day off yesterday. It was my birthday. Turned 25 or 70,
Plus
whichever you think. At any rate, so I took the day off, and we had to move it till today, which is a crazy thing because it's very, very busy here today. To do this in this environment, really, really tough for everybody, but they've done a great effort. They put on a fabulous show for you. And I want to thank everyone who's helped out with it. I want to thank Gary, and we're going to go out to thank everybody. And don't forget, all these specials are available till sold out or till next Friday lunchtime if you want to check on these specials. And then in a few more minutes, we're going to put this whole show up on YouTube. So it'll all go up on YouTube.
Now before we go, David Moore's just slipped in at the last minute with a great question. I want to plant some blueberries, maybe 3 different varieties. I hear they need to grow in acidic soil. Tell us more.
Yeah. What I tell people, a simple way to get acidic soil is to go down to Bunnings and buy fine crushed, or Mannings or whatever it's called, buy fine crushed pine bark and mix that through your soil.
Yeah.
Because pine bark, most potting mixes are made of pine bark, but they put plenty of lime in it. But if you want really acidic soil, get fine crushed pine bark or New Zealand peat and mix that through your soil, and they love it. And they like to be out of the really hot afternoon sun. And they like plenty of moisture. They like deep soil. They like an acidic, and you can achieve that with New Zealand peat or fine crushed pine bark.
I'm just, if you saw my face light up, it was just because Sylvia has absolutely showered us with roses. So Sylvia got us across the line.
Wow, thank you very much, Sylvia. That's fantastic. Gary's going to be very happy, grooving to his favourite music.
Yes.
So here we are. So thank you everyone who's helped out today. Thanks the boys. Thank Gary. Thank Jody. Thank the girls who've done all the hard technical work. And we're ready to go with Gary the gorilla doing baby snakes.
Chris, while you're enjoying your dance there, Sylvia says, happy 70th birthday!